I'm Brian Tracy. I've spoken to more than 3,000 audiences, and I can tell you that Chris Uwaiddner is one of the best speakers in America today. He does wonderful introductions, wonderful development. He's extremely motivational. He's funny, he's sharp, he's quick, he's to the point. And if you're thinking of using him for any reason, you can't go wrong with Chris. He's a great guy.
In terms of influence, most people try to hunt. They try to come at you and they're going to influence and they're going to persuade and that type of thing. Well, what does an animal do when it's being hunted? It runs. Some of you salespeople, you're like, I just can't close the deal. Stop hunting. What happens when you fish? You put out attractive bait and the animal comes. That's what I'm talking about in terms of servanthood, because we are attractive people. We are magnetic people when we become servants. And the last one is attitude. Maintaining a positive attitude, and specifically I would say this, optimism. I love optimism because it is truly, I believe, the pinnacle of the ability to influence. I was asked recently, a year ago now, by one of the gubernatorial candidates in the state of Washington to serve as a speech coach and an advisor. He's an old friend of mine since before he was in politics. And I said, you know what, I'll do it. I just have one thing that is a non-negotiable for me. Everything must be optimistic. It has got to be optimistic because that's what leadership and influence is about. They've done studies and found over the course of the last 100 years or so that the most optimistic presidential candidate in every election wins every single time. Why? People want to follow people who are optimistic. If you want to influence somebody, don't tell them, hey, come follow me. It's really going to be terrible and we're probably not going to get anywhere, but come on, right? You want to say, look, it's real. I'm not talking about not being a realist. We're a realist, but we're optimistic about what the future can hold. I love the concept of ideas because ideas are the seeds of what become our lives. And I think about the power of ideas. You know, Microsoft started as an idea in someone's mind. The automobile started as an idea in someone's mind. Space travel began as an idea in someone's mind. In fact, the very foundation of our country, the United States of America, began as an idea and a concept inside someone's mind. Truly amazing what happens when we allow an idea to grow inside of us and then transform by action to begin to develop the kind of life that we want to live. And that, to me, is the most exciting reason to be here today. Age 17, I had a revolutionary moment in my life where I just went, you know what, this has got to change. My life is going in the wrong direction. And so I went to college, barely eked my way into college, and got in there, did a lot better in college because I finally had a purpose and a target and a goal and that type of thing. Got my degree in youth and family work, which is kind of funny because people say, well, was your degree in this or that? And, you know, no, it was in youth and family work. And the main reason was because I wanted to help people like myself. I wanted to help kids like myself. So I began speaking at youth camps and that type of thing. And then eventually the public speaking turned into some time management seminars and then personal development stuff. In 1997, right as the internet was really getting started, I went online and I just started writing. And writing articles on sort of a general success topic. Because my definition of success is not the overachievement in one area, but balanced achievement in all areas. I look at my life now and I say, man, this is just amazing. I've got a great career. I get to travel around the country and speak to groups all over the country. I get to work with great people like John Maxwell and Jim Rohn, Dennis Whaley, Brian Tracy. I got a wonderful wife and 4 terrific kids. My 2 best friends that I spend the most time with, one's the chief financial officer of the Seattle Mariners, the other's the Republican nominee for governor of the state of Washington this year. I just look around and I just go, man alive, I got a pretty good life right now. And I'll tell you, about 2 years ago, the president of Jim Rohn International came to me and he said, Chris, do you know what your greatest strength is? And I said, well, probably talking. My mom's still amazed that people pay me to do what she told me all those years to stop. So I figured, you know, Kyle says to me, president of Jim Rohn, he says, hey, you know what your biggest gift is that's made you so successful in life? I said, well, I think it's talking. He said, no, your biggest gift is the ability to influence other people. When you go from this place, go out and build your businesses and earn great wealth and do great things, but don't do it simply so you can sit back and enjoy the fruit just for yourself. There are enough people who are doing things just for themselves. I believe this is a room full of influencers who want to go forward and change the world. And that's my question to you today. Will you go out and change the world? Will you become an influencer? Will you maintain integrity? Will you build relationships? Will you have a positive attitude? Will you serve? Will you make a commitment to making the world around you a better place? Because that is the purpose of influence. And I leave you with that. Please, as we go forward from here, let us become the kind of influencers that we can become with all of the great information. And together, let's use our influence to change the world. Thank you.
One of the great young speakers that just blew me away while I was here is Kris Uwydner. This young man has the talent, the articulation, the message, the presence. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of him in the future, in his books, in his audio programs, and in his seminars and live presentations. Listen for this man, Kris Uwydner, and you're going to find one of the brand new top stars on the international platform speaking circuit.
This guy is nothing short of phenomenal. His patience, his knowledge, his ability to engage with everyone he had to engage with, the speakers and the audience and everybody, just phenomenal. So thanks a million, Kris. You did a fabulous job.